Some lawyers don't like to play ethically, and some lawyers play games in order to win. So today's video is going to be called Second Bite of the Apple. Second bite of the apple refers to a situation where someone gets a second opportunity or chance to present their case or argument, typically after already had one opportunity. It implies a chance for reconsideration or reevaluation of this matter. This is mainly aimed towards Carolyn Cook Robertson, opposing counsel. So let's dig right on in. Hi, my name is George Saldana. I'm a Harris County Family Court veteran. I've been in the Harris County courts for the last 7 years. I want to start this presentation off with the signature text message. Hell no, fuck that. I'll sacrifice and work my ass off. He is not taking my son. So again, this is a text message that I found in my ex's phone when she gave me the phone to transfer pictures of Christopher when he was 3 months old. I then found other text messages, which you'll see in this presentation, in which she is asking her friend, who does the child belong to? At that time, I was distraught and emotionally disturbed when I found out that I might not be Christopher's father. And as this text message reads, hell no, fuck that, I'll sacrifice and world my ass off. He is not taking my son. This is another relevant text message as to the lengths this woman will go to remove me from our son's life. So let's get into the second and the third bite of these apples. So 6/29/2020, while this was not Carolyn Robertson, this was the first motion for drug screening that I had ever received in 7 years. And the reason for this motion for drug screening is excessive use of alcohol and failure to take medications as prescribed is a major reason. Excessive use of alcohol and failure to take medications as prescribed. This is the first motion for drug screening. So let's get into the second. Almost exactly 3 years to the date, 6/27/2023, in the 308th court, Carolyn Robertson comes on board and she wants a motion for drug screening because respondent has a history of heavy drug use, which increased as he self-medicated for mental health conditions and pain relief after a serious motor vehicle accident, which increased as he self-medicated. So the first motion that she told her last attorney was I wasn't taking her medicines. And then she tells her new attorney, Carolyn Robertson, which has increased as he self-medicated. Again, this was filed 6/27/2023 in the 308th court. Now, when is the next one filed? The next one is filed 9/6/2023 in the 309th court, motion for drug testing. Respondent has a history of heavy drug use, which increased as he self-medicated. So again, she's saying that I'm self-medicating and that I have a heavy drug use. I don't know. I think it's important to say that after the 308th district court judge, Gloria Lopez, recused herself, Carolyn Robertson walked past me and whispered in my ear, that was the only judge in Harris County that would have helped you see your son. So she files the exact same thing, motion for drug testing in the 309th, trying to get a second bite of the apple, or in this case, a third bite of the apple. And if you follow me, I always talk about patterns, right? And these are patterns that I pick up on. 4/3/2023 in the 308th court, motion to interview child in chambers. Consequently, pursuant to 153.009A, petitioner is requesting that the court, in its discretion, agree to interview the child despite the fact that he is only 7 years old. Use your discretion, judge. Just go ahead and use your discretion. Don't follow the law. Just use the discretion and agree to interview the child that's 7 years old. Remember, 7 years old, because it's going to come back in a minute. And again, the pattern, 9/6/2023. What does she do? Motion to interview child in the 309th. So again, leaving Judge Gloria Lopez's court in the 308th, she files the same motion in the 309th, even though we talked about all of this stuff with Judge Gloria Lopez in the 308th. Here's where it gets interesting. 6/20/2023, in the 308th, a motion for genetic testing was filed. Now, this motion really upset me, and I'm a pro se litigant, because what I read in this motion is just filth. And y'all remember the text message from the beginning, correct? Okay. So the motion for genetic testing says this: petitioner has been informed by person who respondent has made admissions to that he altered the genetic testing results prior to showing them to petitioner. So she's saying that I altered the DNA test. I have no reason to alter a DNA test. I found out Christopher possibly wasn't mine after 3 months. And again, the only way I found that was because she gave me her phone to transfer the newborn pictures that we had. Christopher was 3 months old. I remember this well. This was December 5th of 2015. Christopher was born in September of 2015. And when I found this out, I was shocked. I was emotionally distraught. You have to remember, when a dad plans on being a father and then being told, hey, you possibly might not be the father, and the baby's already born, that takes you down a bunch of emotional roller coasters. There is one other person who could, in fact, be the biological father of this child. There is, therefore, a reasonable chance that respondent is not, in fact, the biological father of the child, the subject of this suit. It will be in the best interest of the child that the true and actual biological father of the child be identified. So we go back to the the other motions. Only 7 years old. So what I get from this, the motion for genetic testing, is that you want to uproot this child who has made a relationship with the Saldana family. Not only that, I'm on the birth certificate, I'm on the AOP, acknowledgement of paternity, and Christopher has spent time with me. He's called me daddy. And this person that is using Carolyn Robertson is trying to weaponize Carolyn Robertson's legal skill in order to remove me out of Christopher's life. He's 7 years old. The state of Texas has already adjudicated me as the father. And now, because of her mess ups, her having sexual relations with other people. And if you remember in my last video, she is alleged to have sexual relations with her last attorney, Kelly Joseph, and his partner. I don't think it's fair that a 7-year-old has to deal with this, that she wants to just implant somebody who she can call Christopher's father whenever she wants. And the motion for genetic testing, it came with a verification. I, Carolyn Jean Pena, petitioner, state on oath that the facts set forth in this motion are within my personal knowledge and are true or correct. So she basically says that she slept with somebody else that could possibly be Christopher's father. But she says that there is one other person who could, in fact, be the biological father of this child. I know who I slept with. I can't help it. She doesn't. In the end, the motion for genetic testing, I believe the 308th court judge, Gloria Lopez, admonished Carolyn Robertson for even bringing that motion forward. Why would you do that when the child is 7 years old? You're trying to uproot him and everything he knows who his father is. And that's embarrassing for a 30-year-old attorney, board certified attorney, to file this motion for genetic testing. In the end, with the 6th amended motion to modify the parent and child relationship, it states parental medical history. Petitioner requests the court to order the respondent provide either to mother or directly to each of the treating medical and psychological professionals of the child a true and complete medical history for himself and his side of the child's family. Now, this is where it gets really crazy. Again, I found all of these text messages 3 months after Christopher was born. And this is how I found out. She gave me a cell phone, like I've said all along, to transfer the new baby pics because she got a new phone. And I'm a photo buff, so we agreed that I would transfer all the baby pictures and back them up because she doesn't know how to do that. Anyway, this is the text message that I fell upon. Girl, the guy that I think could possibly be my baby's father texts me this AM. My God, he is so cute. And her friend says, what are you going to do? I had to crop out the friend's name and phone number. I know who it is. I have their phone number. And when I'm able to get a fair trial, I'll bring this person and subpoena them to come authenticate these text messages. LOL, I know he lives in Corpus and has a good job, has a house and all. And she sent a picture of the guy. His name is Eddie, who could possibly be the father. And then she sent a picture that's George. Then she sent a picture of Christopher. Now here's baby. What do you think? What looks more like the baby, Eddie in the black or George in the pic with me? And her friend says, I would say Eddie. And this is the stuff I have to go through to be a father in Harris County. Multiple motions for drug screening. I don't have a history of drug abuse. I have taken prescription medication that is given to me by my doctor because of a motorcycle accident. But this is how women and some men in some cases utilize the legal system to abuse their partner. Now, one of the things Carolyn Robertson said in trial, which some of y'all that are going to trial or going to these hearings are saying that some of these pro se litigants are filing motions after motions after motions, and it's causing a financial burden and they're having to take off of work. And I've just shown you right there that some of these attorneys take second and third bites of the apple when they're judge shopping in different courts in order to gain the advantageous result. In her own admissions with her verification to the genetic testing, she states that there could possibly be another person. I've never run from any of my responsibilities. I've always wanted to be there for Christopher. I still want to be there. That's why I make these videos, is to educate parents that are going through the Harris County family court system or any family court system whatsoever, and the tactics that these attorneys are using their legal skill to harass the other parent. We talked about the Texas Lawyers Creed in some of the last videos, and they know that they are not supposed to bring motions or any kind of legal pleading aimed to harass. And I think when you have 3 motions for drug testing, Mr. Saldana doesn't have any run-ins with the law, with drugs, any of that stuff, right? But yet they want to use their skill set to harass me, and then to harass me with the motion for genetic testing. I do have one more thing to say. I will not give up my DNA or my genetics for anybody. Something's been weighing on me heavily, and I haven't really told anybody, and I'm just going to release it on this video. Miss Pena, my ex, Christopher's mom, has made several comments to me in the past, and it really didn't affect me until just recently. Carolyn Robertson, her attorney, knows because I've told her what has been conveyed to me by her own client. Although she doesn't believe that I'm Christopher's father, I have found out that my ex, Carolyn Pena, plays on Ancestry. And she has been wanting to get my DNA to play and put in her little Ancestry puzzle. Now, I have messages where she states she's related to my stepmom, and I'm not going to post those for my stepmom's security and safety. She's also said she's related to an aunt on my dad's side, an aunt on my mom's side, and here just recently found out that she is first cousins with one of my stepsisters. This is hard to swallow. While somebody says I am not Christopher's father and that I have altered genetic testing, she has been going around telling people that she's related to me from every angle. An aunt on my mom's side, an aunt on my dad's side, my stepmom, who's not even any sort of anybody's blood, and then to my stepsister. So all of this right here, it's just a flagrant mess of bullshit that men, mostly men in Harris County anyway, have to go through just to be able to be a part of their child's life. I'll be making another video. Next video will be, are men treated fairly and equal in a domestic violence situation in Harris County? See you next time. Let me know what you think in the comments below.